What's up, guys? It is Jonathan with One Big Impact. So thank you so much for stopping by. Today's video is actually going to be why your deadlift sucks. It is going to be my personal favorite exercise. At the end of this video, I am going to show you how to easily put an extra 50 pounds for a man on your deadlift and 25 pounds for a woman on your deadlift. Now, this is obviously going to yield better results with somebody that's newer and more mediocre results than somebody that's been around for a while. But if it is a different approach than what you've been doing, give it a chance because you might be surprised. So, if you are a fan of fitness, powerlifting, health and nutrition, or just being a better version of yourself through going to the gym and exercising and doing things like this, positive mental health or anything like that, we are posting a video on this topic right now once each and every single week. Number one is that you're copying leverages or technique that other people are using because they are a really good deadlifter. Does that mean it won't work? No, it doesn't mean it won't work, but chances are you're probably not built the same. And even if you are built the same, you don't really know what's underlying the muscle conditions in different parts of your body or whatever. You might look exactly the same as a powerlifter because most of us are not super muscular, but you may not be built inside the same as you are outside, if that makes sense. Number two is going to be you do deadlifts when you feel like it. You get all your broccoli-headed bro friends and you're around and you're like, yeah, let's do a max. And you don't really program it in and you're kind of just like doing them here and there and you're like, oh, I'm not getting any stronger on my deadlifts. Dude, like straight up, do you realize that for the last 3 or 4 solid years, without taking a single day off, I've deadlifted a minimum of at least 1 session per week. Once, at least. If you add that up, that's 52 times 4. What is that, 208 sessions of deadlift. And you, over the last 3 years, have maybe hit 12. And you're like, I'm not getting any stronger. If you don't program, but also more importantly, prioritize getting stronger, it's not gonna happen. And even if it does, it's gonna be like, wow, I ate like 5 cheeseburgers when I was blazed with my buddies. And I went in and I got a 10-pound PR, bro. My back hurts, I can't walk right. Don't do that, don't be that guy. Next, you're picking sumo or conventional stance because your friends do. Now, this is not a technique video, and at the end, I'll put a little thing on the screen so that you can go watch a technique video. But basically, this is how sumo works, okay? Sumo, your legs are here. Conventional, they're here. Female, male. Kidding. But seriously, don't pick something just because your friends do it or you think it's the right thing for you. You need to properly take yourself through a somewhat regular phase of each to see which one feels more comfortable, but most importantly, which one you're strongest at. Because I see a lot of guys that I see at competitions and I'm like, that guy's gonna pull sumo. No, he pulls conventional. And I'm like, yeah, one for the team. No, but seriously, you'd be surprised the people that come to me and they pull conventional or they pull sumo and they really do need to pull the other stance. So make sure you're not following just because the trend is going that way. The next thing is probably most important, and you need to be really careful with this because I see a lot of people saying they hurt themselves or they broke their back on their deadlifts or something like that. You don't know when or why to max out. If you ever do decide that you're going to max out, do not go in the gym, throw 4 plates on each side, and try to lift it. It doesn't work like that. That's why your back is broken, you idiot.
Mike, were you really sick this week? What was the problem?
I broke my back.
What do you mean by that? You broke
Back is broken.
a vertebrae or what portion?
Spinal.
Like, that is dumb. The information on how to hit 315. First of all, you have to give a good, realistic, educated guess of what you think you can probably hit right now in the gym. And don't be dumb. Don't go in the gym and be like, I've never deadlifted, I can hit 500. No, you can't, okay? No, you can't. I promise you, maybe 1 out of 1,000 guys can do it. And chances are he already knows how to deadlift and he already knows what the hell he's doing. And he did it in college for like 4 years and he comes in and he's just randomly strong. But that's not common, okay? So I recommend deadlifting for a few weeks, getting comfortable, maybe just use a plate, maybe a couple plates if you're a little bit stronger. Do like 3 or 4 sets of 5 once a week or something like that. And then after you've done that, then you should slowly, if you have time, progress. Do 5 reps 1 week, 3 reps the next week, and then 1 rep the next week. Getting used to those singles and getting your body adapted to those heavier weights. It's important, it's crucial. Like, you don't just randomly pick up, I can't pick up 720 pounds year round. It's like twice a year I can touch those heavy weights. Sometimes more if I peak out. But you have to make sure you go through dedicated phases. All right, now here's a quick example, and I'm gonna move to the side because I'm gonna put it right here on the screen. If you are trying to hit 315, which is 3 plates on each side, say you're gonna max out, you're gonna try for 3 plates. First thing you wanna do is load a plate on the bar. Hit it for 5 reps. Then you're gonna go to 160. How to do this calculation is right here. You'll go 315 times 0.5, which gives you 160. Then you're gonna hit that for 8 reps. Then you're gonna rest for 2 minutes while you're loading it and stuff like that. Then you're going to go to 315 times 0.6, that's 190. Hit it for 5, rest a couple minutes, get it loaded, hit it. Next one's 0.7, 2 plates, 220, 2 plates, whatever you want to do, times 3, another 2 minutes. Then you're going to start getting heavier. Things are going to get a little bit heavier. Your rest period is going to increase to 3 minutes. You're going to go 315 times 0.8 is going to be 255. Just hit it for a single, 1 rep. Then 3 to 4 minutes. Then you're going to go to 315 times 0.9, which is 285. Then you're going to hit it. You're going to wait about 5 minutes. Then you're going to put 3 plates on there and max out. If it goes well, like really, really, really well, like, dude, I could have hit that for 5 reps. Throw another 15, 20 pounds on there, no problem. I personally recommend, if you're not super, super versed in this type of thing, be careful. Take yourself to like, I probably could have done another rep, but it was kind of a struggle. Don't max out completely, all right? Give yourself some room. Throw a belt on, get comfortable with the lift and stuff like that. All right. Next thing, number 5. These will be quicker, I'm sorry. That's kind of like a really important thing because people will technically cream themselves in the gym, like hurt themselves. That sounded disgusting. They will hurt themselves being stupid in the gym, just maxing out. Don't listen to your friends, all right? Just don't. Like, don't listen to them. If they're razzing you up and you guys have all been powerlifting for a while, that's one thing. If y'all have no clue what the fuck you're doing, don't do it, all right? All right, next thing. Number 5, you don't take deadlift accessories seriously, all right? You guys would probably be surprised. I don't really post it because people like to see me. Nobody likes to see me. Nope. First of all, chicks don't care what you lift. They don't care, okay? Nobody cares. Guess who cares? Other guys. Other guys are rooting for you to be stronger. That's it. Just so you know. But it's more fun to watch me lift 700 pounds than it is to watch me do a pull through where I'm like, oh, it's the most awkward exercise in a public gym you'll ever do. All right? So some honorable mentions, deadlift accessories that I personally recommend. Good mornings, hip thrusts, back extensions, pull-ups, lat pulls, squats, because squats and deadlifts go together, leg curls, and static abs. Things like planks, weighted planks. You can do heavy decline sit-ups or something like that. Now it's time. Well, hold on. Ooh, I think we got number 6. I screwed it up. I know this is a long video. I tried so hard to make it quicker. Number 6 is the reason your deadlift sucks is because you're expecting the world. Okay, so I'm a 308 minus lifter. Means I'm just under 308 pounds, okay? I'm heavyweight, not super heavyweight. So I'm a 300 pound dude, but I didn't start there. I started at 275. My first deadlift in competition was 600 pounds. I trained for a little while to get to that or whatever, but I wanted my first deadlift in competition to be 600 pounds. I've been powerlifting for right around 3 years. I could be wrong. It could be 4, it could be 2.5. I don't really know. Somewhere around there. But my deadlift in competition is 706. Okay, that was a national record. I got jacked for it 3 days later, but that was a recent national record in USAPL drug-free lifting. That's only 106 pounds, guys, out of 208 sessions of deadlifts. And you might be thinking, well, I don't got what it takes. Then don't do it, okay? Don't do it. Maybe it doesn't have to be for you. That's okay, don't do it. But be realistic and expect things that are real, okay? If you say, I want to deadlift 500 pounds and you're a 180-pound dude, can you do it? Yes. Is it going to take a year or two? Probably. If you're starting out where your deadlift is 135 pounds, it's going to take you 5 years, okay? If you're starting out where your deadlift is 275 or 315, maybe you can do it in a year and a half, okay? It kind of depends. If you're dieting during the process, it's going to be harder. If you're bulking during the process, it's going to be easier. If you're getting fatter or skinnier during that process, your leverages change. Your belly goes bigger. Your belly goes smaller. All these things affect those things. All right, so now I have your secret tip. All right, your secret tip is going to be a little bitty 8 to 10 week program, and you can chop it at 4 weeks. You can chop it at 10 weeks. It kind of depends on what you want to do. So the secret tip, and I'm going to sky to the side again because I'm going to put it here on the screen so you can screenshot it, is going to be, first of all, prioritize your deadlifts, okay? And do them first. If you want to bring your deadlift up first, don't go in and hit lat pulls and pull-ups. And week 1, 3 sets of 5, 75% of your max. Done. You're only deadlifting once a week. Week 2, 5 sets of 5, 75% of your max. Week 3, 5 sets of 5, 75% of your max with 5 to 10 pounds added. Probably 10 by then. Week 4, 5 sets of 5, 75% of your max plus another 10 pounds. So you're going up again. This is your second weight jump. Week 5, 80% of your max, 6 sets of 3. Now you're just getting comfortable with heavier weights and kind of understanding. Week 7, 87% of your max, 7 sets of 2. Now you're doing doubles, okay? Don't bounce the weight, just get comfortable with it. Week 8, 90% of your max. Now you're gonna hit between 5 and 10 singles, okay? If 5 feels good, great. If 10 feels better, good. As soon as you feel like it's degrading, like you're what's the words? You're hitching or you're ramming the weight up or whatever, and if you're a powerlifter, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, then it's just basically like if you're having to do some weird shit to be able to get the weight up, stop doing that, okay? Stop, cut them off. If they feel really good, like if you're like, bro, I hit 90% of 315 and it feels like nothing. If it feels like you're smoking the weight, throw like 25 pounds on there and hit it for a single. See how it feels. If it feels like it completely fell apart, drop it back down. Do another set. If that feels like shit again too, cut them off, all right? Because the 9th week, or I'm sorry, the 8th week may feel like, bro, these are easy, no problem, or whatever. So 8 to 10 singles, as soon as they break down, cut them off. All right, the next week is gonna be like a deload week or whatever. 9th week is gonna be a set of 5 at 40% of your max, a set of 5 at 50% of your max, and a set of 5 at 60% of your max. This is kind of just trying to dissipate some fatigue and give yourself like a little break before you try to max out next week. Week 10, new max, okay? So you're trying to, and I would recommend 50 pounds, maybe 40 pounds for a guy. Like if you were originally at 315, do your math like I told you before on your max out math, like 365, and see how close you get to it. If you hit, say, 315 and you're like, bro, that felt really hard, but maybe I could get like 10 or 20 pounds, throw 10 or 20 pounds on there, okay? There's no way to say that you're gonna put 50 pounds on your max or 20 pounds on your max. Dude, you might put 100 pounds on your max. The day, your nutrition, the way you feel that day, all of those things are factored in. That's why powerlifting is such a pain in the ass sometimes, because you just never know what's gonna happen. And if you're a female, I would shoot for about a 25-pound PR. All right. Next, a couple honorable mentions. Don't train hungry. All right, this ain't arm day. All right, I'll be like, you can't train while you're starving. These freaking things. It's just not gonna work, all right? Train when you have the most energy. Right after a nap, in the morning, at night, whatever your prime time is, when you're like, I'm ready to go, blah, 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 blah. If you are a construction worker and you work 15 hours a day, go at 3 o'clock in the morning, because I can guarantee you at 7 p.m. after working in the heat all day, you ain't got more energy. Be realistic, all right? But if it doesn't work for you and you can't do that, then going after work is a hell of a lot better than not going at all. Don't use grips, all right? Just don't use them. I have a torn callus right now. I've been wrapped it up for a while now because I got a competition, not tomorrow, but the next day. I'm going to USAPL. Anyway, don't use grips, because I had a huge problem holding bars. And I realized, I was like, damn, I can't hold these bars, what's going on or whatever. So I just stopped using grips for like a year, and I'm not gonna say I don't drop bars. Like, I get to where like that is the limiting factor, and it always will be. But before, it was like 600 I had to put grips on. Now I could probably, I think the other day, what did I do? On a butter bar, I call it the butter bar because bars at regular gyms they feel like they are covered in butter. I don't know what the hell. I think I did 700 or 710 or something like that. So don't use grips, especially if you're gonna be a power lifter, because it's gonna be a limiting factor. You're going to get really strong with grips, and then when you take them off, your deadlift sucks. And it's gonna take a really long time. My deadlift, in my opinion, would probably be significantly higher than what it is right now if I had just taken that advice and known it a long time ago. And you're gonna say, how do you get your grip better? Stop using grips. You can use them on by back work and stuff like that when you're doing like heavy rows or something like that, especially because you don't want to get like tendonitis or something like that. But when you are doing your heavy deadlifts, no, don't do it. And you say, I can deadlift more with grips. Stop deadlifting more until you get there. All right, next thing. Use consistent equipment. If you are going to compete, it's more important. So that, you can't see it. Well, maybe you can. Right there. That is a deadlift bar. Or I'm sorry, a stiff bar. And then over there we have a deadlift bar. And we have multiple bars for different things here. Strength gyms will have deadlift bars usually, and they'll have stiff bars and different things like that. I compete with USAPL with a stiff bar. If you're competing with USPA, which is a different federation, they're gonna compete with a deadlift bar. You need to be well versed in the equipment that you're gonna be using in the competition. Or at least be consistent, because if I deadlift with the deadlift bar over the course of 8 weeks, and then I try to max out on this, it's gonna be wildly different. 20, 30 pound difference. So I can do more on the deadlift bar because it bends. So make sure you do that. Now the next thing, and if I train you for a meet, if you're looking for me to train you through a meet and coach you through your first meet and do some online coaching or whatever, if you do at least like 5-6 months training with me online, I will fly anywhere in the world and coach you through your first meet. I will walk you through the entire first meet so you don't feel stupid. Right here, I'm gonna put a little end screen video right here where we're going to talk more about technique and stuff like that. If you're having problems or understanding leverages or different things like that, go ahead and click that video. If you're looking for online or in-person personal training or coaching or powerlifting help or anything like that, please shoot me a DM and I'll put it right here, One Big Impact on Instagram, and we can talk about that. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope that information helps you. And my question to you right now, real quick, one last thing is, what is your deadlift max? In and or out of competition? Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe. Thank you so much.